Hey everyone, we'll start this day around Kanonji, quite an urban area, quite flat as well, which is great. So we'll do a lot of kilometers there, quite fast. Reach udon to take some much needed food, because today is the big challenge. As you will see, we'll soon reach the foot of this big mountain for DAIKOJI, then reach BEKKAKU 16, and finally climb up all the way up to Unpenji, the highest mountain of the 88 temple, 900 meters, a bit more. So it will be quite a challenge for me, as it's the first time that I'll go so far up a mountain with a bike. As you can see, it's quite the stretch, but let's see if we can manage this. I hope you enjoy. Hey! Quick check, the rain is really strong. It's been 2 hours now and didn't stop, getting sometimes a bit stronger, sometimes it's okay, so yeah, I hope it will stop. They say it's about noon, that it might become a bit lighter, but yeah, you never know. There's no wind, so not a good sign. Some funny things happen, like for the first 3 kilometers it was all downhill, so I was like a child, you know, not doing anything and whee my way through. And then a bit like in the Lord of the Ring, like Gandalf said, I came in a crossroad and looked left, right. I don't remember this place. So it was quite funny. Quick look at the guidebook, and I found a nice river road. I don't know if it's called like this, but I called them river road. It's nice small paths, like cars can go, but they usually don't because it's really small, and it's perfect for bike riding. Just find a few grandmother with the dogs, and yeah, I think for walking too, it's kind of my favorite. No traffic, no problems, no traffic lights, nothing, just ducks and chance that you have to be careful of. So yeah, I hope the rain will stop. The temple I am in now, it's Kanonji. Got the, well, you can see, got the particularity to have 2 temples in one place. So it's just like a 2-for-1 stamp. It's quite nice. Yeah, and it's first time I see this in a temple, so that's why I stopped. Firstly, it's a nice shelter for bikes. Isn't that great? So yeah, for the rain it's perfect. I guess some places will have it, but so far I didn't see much parking space for bikes. So usually I park myself near the portal, the main entrance, the Neomon. But yeah, you have to find your way in. So let's pray for the sun to come back and enjoy the rest. It's a shame because we cannot see, but the Unpenji should be visible from here. But well, we don't see much today. Anyway. So on my first pilgrimage I had no idea where to go. There's a lot of buildings, a lot of temples, a lot of signs. So if you do it in normal order, this concrete building is the first one. It's the Ondo of Nokoju Hachi. Then you got the Daishido there. Then you go to this one. Oh, this one. And then this one. So it's the 69 Ondo and Daishido. So it's quite a and that's a different building up there, but you can go if you want. It's quite a nice building too. And there are some stroll in the mountains, but I didn't go today because it's a muddy path. So let's see if we can see the jinja nearby, and enjoy even with the rain. I guess you're supposed to come here for the view. Well, not today. Oh, beautiful. Well, I don't have the same view today probably, but it is said that the people did it like 400 years ago to welcome the Lord, the daimyo, and here it is. So we don't see clearly now. It's a coin ship, so a pierced coin. So well, it's quite nice. It is said that if you see it, you will live happy and long, and of course without trouble of money. Well, we'll see about that. Oh, and by the way, if you come here, there is a shrine just before you come to this place, so don't go to the shrine directly. You can go on the left. There is a nice walkway, and then you go straight for the parking. You don't go for observatory. Even on the bike, I would recommend going for the car park and then walk your way up, because well, today there's no one. As you can see, the parkings are quite empty, but the road that leads here is made for one car. So if there is a big car coming your way, maybe you won't have trouble on a bike. Well, I was okay, hopefully, so all good. But yeah, you can walk up and stretch your legs. Hey everyone, we are in the BEKKAKU 16. Quite a fun fact about this is that I did it 4 times, but I took 3 different ways to reach this temple. Always got lost on the way from Unpenji to here, and I never found the way from here to Unpenji. So if I become a guide, well, it will be a mystery again for me. Well, usually the side temples are a bit trickier to find, but yeah, we always manage at the end. Just a quick thing, just for good measure, I'll announce myself. 1, 2, 3. Lightly, ne? You don't have to go really hard on it. So yeah, if you have trouble to find the Henro of this place, on top of the stairs, it's this building. There you can pray and go down, and the stand place for this temple is different. Sometimes it's inside the building, sometimes outside, so you will see. What did happen today is that I stopped for a very nice udon. It was still raining when I stopped there, so I needed some good vibes to keep me going. And I love this place. It's called Okita. Okita Udon. It's run by a lot of women, all ages, and really nice atmosphere that you come in and they all scream "Irashai!" It's kind of welcome. And when you leave, they all give you, a lot of arigato, arigato gozaimasu. It's quite an experience, and I strongly advise you to go to those small shops. It's always, well, it's not always perfectly good. It's always a nice experience, and for 500 yen, which is about €5 maybe, I was actually full. When I go to Kombini, it usually takes 1,500 yen, and I'm full but not the same. So yeah, it's a good, you will find some nice places. Sometimes it doesn't look like a shop, sometimes it's just like some chairs and you have one person cooking for you. And for Okita, I really recommend you to stay on the counter. When you come, you say counter onegaishimasu, and then you may see them actually doing the udon in front of you, like preparing the paste, the dough and everything. So it's really nice. Bad news still for today. I've been told that Unpenji Tsuyado, so the mountain I'm going in, the temple has a free place for pilgrims to stay, but the Unpenji is not really open all year because it's the highest place on the 88, and it opens next week. So I will still have to find my way up. The good news is 4 kilometers only to reach the top, so that's the good news. The bad news is 900 meters to go up. Will be my little Tour de France. So we'll see if I'm up to be a climber on the Tour de France, or if I should stay a walker and forever a walker. So time will tell. I'll do my prayers here and ride the bike, and from here I think it's up, and more up. And if I cannot, I will see if I cannot plant the tent because it's too cold. That maybe it will be about 0 degrees, I guess, or minus something. And then I will have to ride down to find some place down in the valley to plant the tent and hopefully have a good night, because tomorrow we still have quite a climb to do, HAGIWARAJI. So yeah, I could have taken the rope way, like if you are planning and you do those things will happen. Like if you plan to stay in Tsuyado, always have another plan, because there's a lot of things that can happen that will not allow you to stay in the Tsuyado. It could be there is an opposite gender already on site, so if you're a man, if there is a woman in Tsuyado, usually they don't mix up, so that's it. It could be full, so maybe 4 men and you are the 5th and it's not okay. They could have closed for any reason they may have. So always, especially for Tsuyados, have a plan B nearby, in your head at least. Because if you go, like you say, the massive stretch and I will reach my limit at Unpenji and stay up there, and you cannot stay, then you will have problems. Because when you're really tired and it's dark and everything, I really advise you to have a plan B in mind before that. Stay safe, people. And I'll try to... The sun finally is breaking up the clouds, so that's my signal to go. See you! Hey! We made it! That's the road. Oh, Unpenji, I guess. Sakura's here. And the tunnel should be right after, yes. So I hear some construction work. See all those panels. I really hope, in the bottom of my heart, that it will be okay. Otherwise, I think we're screwed. So, as expected, It's going down. Of course it's going down. And then we'll be going up the tunnel. So, let's go. And then you have this kind of event. Everything is clear. So the working that I heard is just people cleaning the side of the road. So I have this really nice smell, you know, of rotten leaves, like it smells like forest. It's really nice. You have the blue sky showing up, which is a really good sign. I'm on the good road. So I feel like I may succeed. Yeah, I'd say this day is a good example of what you feel on the pilgrimage. That you spent 6 hours being cold and wet in a city with a lot of trucks going by and splashing your way, and yeah, not sure about how the day will end, and then everything cleared up and your mind and your heart is cleared up and everything is fine again. So yeah, that's pretty much the pilgrimage to me. It's sometime going down, and then when you go up you pierce the sky and you go well above. Yeah, what a day. Nice. Je sais pas si vous êtes prêts pour ce qui suit. Je sais pas si je suis prêt pour ce qui suit. Mais voilà. I love it. So first glimpse of Unpenji, far up there. I would have hoped it was the first one. Unfortunately, I guess you will see it on the left. I guess we can make it. I'm not ready for Tour de France, but I guess we can make it. Let's go and see.